Ready? We'll get started. So, kia ora koutou and welcome to the Canterbury Business Growth and Support Virtual Conference. As Diana said, my name's Angela Caves and I'll be one of your hosts throughout the next 3 days. First of all, thank you all so much for joining us today, and I do hope that you find the conference valuable, and we do greatly appreciate your involvement. Before we do kick off into the first session, I'd love to begin our formalities by opening our conference with a karakia, and then we'll hear from our collaborating partner who you've just heard a little bit from, Diana from Digital Boost. But for now, it's my pleasure to introduce my colleague, Atama Moore, who's going to lead us in karakia. So thank you, Atama.
Kia ora koutou katoa e mihi ana ki a koutou kua tae mai kei konei. Me karakia, me ino I tātou. E tō mātou matu e te rangi kia tapu tō ingoa. Kia tae mai tau rangatiratanga, kia me te atau I pai ai ki runga ki te whenua. Ki rete anō ki tō te rangi, hon mai kia mātou aia nei he taro ma mātou mo tēnei rā. Muru a mātou hara, me mātou hoki e muru nei. I o te honga e harana ki a mātou. Au e hoki mātou e kaua ki a whakawaia. Engari, whakaorangi a mātou I te kino no hoki te rangatiratanga te kaha me te kororia. Anō e pā. Whakangungu mai ki a mātou anai nei e tēnei wā mō te māwiwitanga I roto e tēnei whenua. Engari, kororia ki a koe. Ake tono ake. Āmene. Kia ora.
Thank you, Atama. It's beautiful. Diana, we might just hear from you briefly before we get into Connected.
Kia ora, thank you Angela, thank you Atama for that wonderful karakia to open our webinar. It's our pleasure to greet you all here today. It's been a wonderful initiative that the team at Connected and the team at Digital Boost have actually worked together tirelessly over the last couple of months with all of the Canterbury business providers to actually help bring to you this virtual webinar that we can actually still share with you all the business support that's available across all of the government agencies and business chambers for your community and your economic development unit, that you may learn and understand and navigate where to find the support that you need. And we're hoping that all of our sessions that we have prepared for you and all of our providers have prepared for you will be of great value. So thank you so much for your time. We so appreciate that. And I'll hand it back to you, Angela, for you to share all the great work that Connected has available for the Canterbury community.
Thanks, Diana. Yeah, it is a real pleasure to be here. And before I take us through the Connected presentation, I have got just a couple of acknowledgements that I'd like to make myself. So firstly, to the Mind Lab and Digital Boost, Diana and her team, I just want to thank you so much for your support, your guidance, encouragement, and collaboration on this initiative. I truly couldn't have pulled it together without you and your team, so thank you. And secondly, to my colleagues, Tessa in the Hawke's Bay and the rest of the Canterbury team at Connected. You guys have really been the backbone of support for me over the last few months of bringing this together. So I'm really, really grateful to have you along for the ride. And then lastly, but by no means least at all, to our providers. I know some of you have joined us for the first few minutes of this conference to support the opening. So I just want to say a huge thank you for your participation in the conference. It wouldn't exist without your willingness to be here and serve and support our business community. So thank you all. Right, so what we'll do now is we'll get into our first session. I'll be hosting this session with a presentation on who Connected is and what we do. Then we'll hear from my colleague Atama again, who's going to share some real life stories about Connected in action. And just before we move into any questions, I'll be doing a quick screen share showcasing the Connected platform and how to navigate through the website to find national and local support. Just a quick reminder, if you have any questions throughout the session, again, just feel free to pop them in the Q&A function or into the chat function. And then my colleague Tessa is going to be collating or answering where possible, and then we'll come back to them at the end. Right, so launched in August 2020, Connected is an all-of-government service that aims to make it easier for New Zealanders to find government support for employment, education, training, or business support. Connected includes new initiatives that are set up in response to COVID-19, as well as a vast range of existing support and advice available to people looking for work, looking for business support, or looking to study or train. Connected is a platform for people to leverage off. There are multiple ways for our audience to access advice from Connected. Firstly, we have our website, so Connected.govt.nz. This links to more than 150 employment, education and training and business support services, or types of support offered by government agencies. It's a wayfinding site, and what this means is it has a brief summary of every service or type of support available. It links to the government agency that provides these support networks. The website is regularly updated with new features and new types of support available. In March 2021, the regional pages within the website were launched, and this was to make it easier for someone seeking support locally to find what is happening in their region. A bit later on, we're going to take a tour through the Connected platform. Connected also has a contact centre, so anyone can call the Connected line 8 AM to 5 PM Monday to Friday to find out about employment, education, training and business support available through government agencies. And then thirdly, Connected centres. So Connected has physical locations in 35 Ministry of Social Development service centres and 3 MBIE jobs and skills hubs. We call these Connected centres or Connected spaces. Anyone who wants to find a job or get careers information, hear about what training is available, or what support there is on offer for business, they can drop into a Connected centre without an appointment to find out what's happening and what's available. As mentioned earlier, Connected is an all of government service, but what exactly does an all of government approach mean, and what does that look like right now? Connected representatives will engage with regional agency representatives to understand their employment, education, training and business support products and services. Part of our role at Connected is to understand how these products and services might be promoted through the Connected channels. We invite agencies and stakeholders to utilise the regional pages within the Connected website. This is so they can promote their offerings, and we help to facilitate the use of the Connected spaces in Canterbury for any business support, employment, education and training initiatives. As you can see by our little infographic there are about 18 initial government agencies for us to understand. But under each one of those agencies, there are countless other agencies to link in with. For example, just under the Ministry of Education, Employment Liaison Advisors for Connected will be linking in with all the high schools for supporting the careers advisors and school leavers. Another example is the Tertiary Education Commission, where there are 11 ITOs and 15 polytechnics nationwide who are all coming together under the reform of vocational education. So our job is to help understand what's happening in that space and support those looking to enter one of those agencies. One of our largest and most fundamental partners is the Ministry of Social Development. MSD has one of the largest direct public reach of all the government agencies partnering with Connected. Because Connected has employment teams who are out there on the front line dealing with those facing barriers to employment and those facing the impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, it seems like a natural fit for MSD to host the Connected service. So whilst Connected and its representatives are hosted by the Ministry of Social Development, they're not owned by MSD. They are used as an all of government resource. We're here to serve all New Zealanders looking for support with their business or looking for support with employment, education and training. The representatives for Connected, like myself, are called Employment Liaison Advisors, or ELAs for short. There are 35 ELAs employed across New Zealand in various locations. In Canterbury, we're fortunate enough to have 4 of us servicing the Canterbury region. And then we also have an additional ELA who tags in with us in Timaru. The overarching aim of the ELA role is to ensure Connected becomes the most well-known and useful service for accessing support for your business, for employment, for education or training. We make sure Connected centres are used appropriately by our stakeholders, by other Connected agencies and other employers as well. How do we support the business community? Well, firstly, we have a great initiative like this one. The original concept for this business support conference was a very humble in-person event that looked to bring together a few local businesses, support agencies, get them in a room and have a chat. Conversations for this started around July 2021, and then COVID decided to rear its ugly head again, and we went into lockdown, preventing us from having any face-to-face events. So during that last lockdown, the majority of the Connected team were halted for what they were working on, and over the country, the entire Connected team was redeployed to support the Ministry of Social Development and the IRD with the processing of wage subsidies. It was here that one of my colleagues, Denise, and I were reinvigorated to re-look at the discussions we were having around supporting local business in Canterbury. We had identified there were a number of areas where we felt we could help bridge the gap with government agencies and the business community. Each agency hosting a session in this conference over the next 3 days has a passion for helping and supporting business. They all jumped at the chance to come on board and share their supportive products and services with you. One of our key fundamental partners that has collaborated with us to bring this virtual conference to fruition is the wonderful minds at Digital Boost. So Diana and her team have been really instrumental in not only helping to coordinate and provide a platform for this conference, but also have an entire suite of products and services available to help support the New Zealand business community. Where to from here? So, we understand that not all our business community may be able to attend the conference in its entirety or at all. So Digital Boost, like Diana said earlier, will be recording these sessions and they'll be available for post-event viewing. We want all businesses who are looking for employment, education, training and business support to use Connected, either online, in person or over the phone. Our service is to direct people to our platform to help them find their next step for support. Some of the ways we'll do this is via our website, our hubs, or our contact centre. Additionally, we'll have event involvement with our stakeholders, our relationship with you directly, and you guys can also support Connected by sharing information about our platform and utilising it as a resource for yourself. I'm going to hand over to Atama now, who's going to share with you all a snippet of how Connected has been supporting Canterbury business out there during the last few months. Thanks, Atama.
Kia ora team. Thanks, Ange. That was lovely. Just in terms of what does it look like tangibly with the ELA engagement, some of the businesses that we've come across, in fact, a lot of them, and particularly in Canterbury, with an all-time low of 3.2% in terms of employment, it's incredibly low. Everyone's employed. And so some of the businesses that are still requiring employees, they're just finding recruitment an incredibly big struggle. And so a lot of the tactics used by ELAs in Canterbury is reverse marketing. So bringing in the employers onto the Connected site, which is in fact located in an MSD building, and basically getting MSD clients and anyone who is perhaps not an MSD client but unemployed into a seminar and showcasing the employer to these particular people. It's worked incredibly well, and it's a big gap that we have noticed with businesses, is that businesses are just finding the demand is too much for the supply. There's not enough people out there to fill up these roles. So business support is in particularly a big one in Canterbury. Anything from big business to small business. And so we have been working with particular businesses that need thousands of employees and businesses that perhaps need one or two. So the reach and support is very vast, and the ELAs tackle any and all sorts of business that needs support. We've had one recently that was a cafe, needed 2 people, and so that's the kind of caliber that ELAs work with as well, as getting into personal, privately owned businesses and just supporting them as well. And so that's kind of a little bit of a tangible way, is actually bringing these business owners, the recruiters, into the connected space located on MSD sites, and inviting the public in and to see what these employers have to offer. So that's just one of the very many ways ELAs can work. Us in particular in Canterbury, we work quite closely with the councils to create initiatives for employers to come in as well. So not only do these employment seminars happen at the connected space in an MSD building, but they also happen out in the community as well, especially navigating the Omicron and the traffic light system at the moment. We just basically work around those guidelines, making sure that we're following them carefully, but still managing to support these local businesses. So that's just one of the very, very many things that ELAs do in particular, and which we've found here in Canterbury quite successful, is that bringing these employers, reverse marketing and showcasing them to potential employees. Kia ora.
Thanks, Atama. Yep, we kind of have a foot in every puddle, don't we, out there? What I'll do now, guys, is just share with you the Connected platform, a little bit of help with navigation. So hoping you can all see my screen. What we've got here is, this is the homepage of the Connected platform. These 2 first tiles here are generally probably going to be used for individuals who may be seeking different options for work or different options for study and training. If you're a business, you're most likely going to be using this tile here. So we'll just jump in here and have a wee look. So we've broken everything up into different, I guess, topics for you. So if you're perhaps looking to start your own business, you'd come in here around gaining some guidance, heading over and having a look to see who you might approach for some assistance if you're looking to start your own business. So we can see here MSD's got some information, so has the Inland Revenue. Different products and services available to help you get started. We've got Employment NZ in here and Business.govt, all offering services if you're looking to get started. If you're looking at closing your business for some reason or another, there's some useful information here around redundancies. We also have a particular a certain tab just here for anything COVID-19 related. So if you're trying to navigate your way through all things COVID related, which most people are at the moment, traffic light systems, staffing around isolation. So you can come through here. We've got some links to get you into the right place for support. If you're looking for funding for any reason, we've got a whole section here on this. So if you're looking to take on staff, MSD has some information here on FlexiWage. MSD also offers skills for industry, so you can contact the ELAs who can put you in contact with the teams here who can support with skills for industry. There's a number of different products and services in here. So Te Puna Kokiri, they're offering cadetships. Again, you can contact an ELA if you need some assistance with making connections into TPK there. I'm going to head back to the home page, because what I want to show you is if you are local to Canterbury and you're wanting to know what's happening, not nationally, but within your region specifically, you can come into the tile there that says in your region. Select the drop-down box for Canterbury, or alternatively head straight over to the map and click on Canterbury section. In here, you'll find these different categories, and we've got the connected events category here. So as you can see, we've got the Canterbury Business Growth and Support Virtual Conference. If you are looking to get connected into any of the other sessions we're hosting, you can come into this first event here, and all the registration links are available here. If we scroll down a bit further or head over to the business support category over here, you can see that there are a number of events or support information sessions listed here. These are all able to help you get connected into whatever is happening locally, right from Kaikoura through to Timaru. Got a number of business support events happening here. If you do need any help with navigating the website, or if you have something that you would like showcased on the Connected platform, you can reach out to the Employment Liaison advisors and we'll be able to support you with getting that on there if it's appropriate. Right, I think that wraps me up for Connected quite nicely. I might just check in with Tessa if we've had any questions submitted. Anything that needs to be shared?
No questions so far, but feel free to fire them through in either the chat or the Q&A. And I'm sure Angela might mention her contact details as well. Oh, we might have a question. I'll just do some chasing.
You can see a raised hand there. Katie. No questions. If there does happen to be any tests, you can sing out, but
no
if
questions.
not, thank you. Right, well, we've just got one last little bit of information to share with you guys. We are able to share with you a promotion brought to you by Digital Boost. So if you sign up for Digital Boost before the end of February and you watch at least 5 videos on the platform there, which they're great videos, if I can encourage any of you to get on there and have a look at it. If you're needing any support with digitizing your business, jump onto Digital Boost, sign up, and you will, if you do that before the end of February, you'll go on the draw to win this prize package valued at over $10,000. Diana, I'm just wondering if you had anything else you wanted to share on that. Did I cover that right? Oh, you're on mute.
Thank you so much, Angela. That was really informative, and it was great to see and hear all the fantastic services that Connected bring to the Canterbury business community. As Angela shared, as part of this month with Digital Boost, we are actually providing a competition. The whole purpose of that is to obviously to bring more people to platforms to understand the benefits of digitization in their business. It's completely free, but you do go into the prize draw to win a $10,000 business support package, which includes a laptop by Spark, a digital marketing strategy from K&J, and also a digital turbo boost strategy from the team at Digital Boost. We will go more into the details around that in our session later on this afternoon.
Perfect. Thanks, Diana.
I just see we do have a question that's come through as well.
Thanks, Tess.
So the question we have is, through the platform, do you connect people with private companies or are you just offering government-owned services?
Is this, I'm going to assume that if it's individuals looking for work, then if we are aware of any employers and we're looking at the individual and matching them up, then yes, we'll make the connections there. If it is a business who is looking to find a connection within a government agency, then we can absolutely support there. Is there any further clarification on that, Tess?
Nothing as of yet.
Okay.
But,
Artem, I'm just wondering if he's still about. I'm wondering if he had
Artem
anything
is
else
not
to add.
on anymore,
Okay.
sorry.
Thanks, that's all good. Hopefully that answers that question. Did you have anything else to add with that, Tess?
No, I have it on good authority that you have answered the question well. So thank you.
Perfect. Thank you. I'll look at that. Managed to wrap this up in half an hour.
Before you close, I just thought it would be great to actually understand what a typical customer journey does actually look like when a business reaches to Connected. How do you go through evaluating what it is that they need, and how do you direct them into that right pathway?
Yeah. Look, it really is a matter of having a conversation and drilling down for exactly what support they're looking for. I mean, if we're talking an employer who is, struggling to hire the right person, we don't necessarily at Connected have a pool of applicants waiting for support. What we would do in that instance is connect them in with a work broker at the Ministry of Social Development. That work broker will then drill down even further than we did to understand the needs of the employee that they're looking for, and then tailor products and services that are able to support that, getting that person into working for that employer, for example. Other times it can happen completely organically. We might attend a community hui and just be networking in that hui, and then hear of a need from an organisation, and in the back of our minds we've got our toolkit of government agencies behind us where we have an overview of what products and services are available. So we might organically go, oh, do you know about? And more often than not, we do find that businesses don't know what support is out there, and you don't know what you don't know. So we can just be that conduit of connection or conduit of information.
Thanks, Angela. And another thing which I thought was of real value, with one of the reasons why we collaborated, was the incredible network that you have. Like, for instance, all of the audience partners, and obviously the business growth and support partners that are part of this conference. Your relationship with all of those is actually enabled to have everyone come together for this. I think that's a wonderful strength of the Connected brand, and your brand Connected definitely does deliver on what it says it's going to. So thank you so much for sharing with us today. Is there any more questions in there, Tessa?
No questions. No, all done. Thank you.
Thanks, Tess. Thanks, Diana. Yes, we are often faced with many a pun around using the word connected throughout our day-to-day dealings with our stakeholders. And you did mention our audience partners, so I'd like to make a quick special mention to Selwyn District Council, Mackenzie District Council, and Venture Timaru, who have also promoted the conference on our behalf and reached out to their business communities. They do fabulous work in their communities, so thank you very much for doing that. But other than that, I am going to be generous and give you all back 15 minutes in your day. Thank you all so much for attending today. I might just get Tess to close for us in karakia. And I just want to finally say, if you do need any support from Connected, please reach out to your local ELA. Our contact details are on the Connected website, and I do hope to well, I won't see you all at future sessions, but I would love for you to be able to join them. So please head over to the events section on the Canterbury regional page and join some of our other sessions over the next 3 days. It'll be wonderful. Over to you, Tess.
Awesome. Thank you again, everyone, for coming along, and massive mihi to the Canterbury Connected team. I assure you, you're in safe hands. And yeah, let us just bless the space and the mahi you have done. E te atua, kua motu a mātou mahi, manakitia aku hoa me o mātou whānau I runga I tu ingoa tapu. Āmene.
Amene. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you, team.
Thanks, Diana.
See you later.
Bye.